Are you going to push the button or what?
Oh, shit.
Hello. Welcome to the BlueMilk podcast, where we talk about anything and everything Star Wars related. Thank you for joining us today. I'm BJ.
I'm Jacob.
I'm drinking.
We do so many things just to annoy Dirk. Anyway, alright, so what are we talking about today, gentlemen?
Dirk!
What?
What's your topic?
Bitch still hasn't gotten back to me.
Bitch still has a job.
Yeah.
I don't refer to her.
3 more years!
I don't refer to her as a female dog. She hasn't done anything wrong to slight me.
She would probably be doing a better job as a female dog than what she's doing as president of Lucasfilm.
That was just mean.
What she's doing to Star Wars is mean.
Technically, you could say it's what Disney is doing to Star Wars is mean. They're kind of letting her run LucasArts.
Lucasfilm.
Hi, Dirk. How's it going?
Yeah, how's it going, Dirk?
Alright.
Alright.
Got anything to talk about this topic?
I think I stated it already.
She hasn't got back to you yet?
Yeah, she hasn't gotten back to me yet.
I don't think she will.
No. She doesn't want to acknowledge my presence.
So, like a recap, Kathleen Kennedy just renewed her contract with Lucasfilms for 3 more years, till 2021.
Yeah.
So she is now continuing as president of Lucasfilm till 2021.
No idea how that's going to affect the franchise overall.
I'm not sure. And really, I have no idea how deep her fingers are into, and I kind of mean that.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. I don't know how deep her fingers are in the whole Star Wars thing. I don't know how much control she actually has
In the honey pot?
what they do. I assume it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
I may be wrong.
I mean, probably not like she approves things, but I don't think she is the one who's coming up with the ideas.
I don't think she has the ultimate veto power to cancel something.
I don't think so either. She can probably bring it up
Maybe
to
not.
Bob Iger.
But how many of her ideas have gotten into the Star Wars franchise?
Technically, you don't know any of her ideas.
Exactly. So all my bitching about her may be for naught. I'm still going to bitch about her. That's not going to stop me.
Well, she's the
that's
figurehead.
Yeah,
Lucasfilm.
that's kind
Therefore,
of
she gets the blame.
She's at the top of the ladder. I mean, the person who's in charge ultimately has to take responsibility for the actions of the
And
company.
yet she doesn't.
Well, Bob Iger does.
Yes.
Bob Iger, what was it, a couple weeks
But
ago?
But Bob Iger is the head of Disney.
Yeah, he's the CEO of Disney. He took full responsibility for what's going on with Star Wars at the moment. They said that they're going to be starting to slow down the pace, so instead of every year we're getting a Star Wars film, we're going to be getting, like, probably every 2 years. They didn't confirm how many years between each episode or every movie we're getting, but it's not going to be every year we're getting a Star Wars film. So...
As to whether or not that's a good thing, we don't know.
I think it's a good thing.
I mean, it's already doing every other year for an episode.
Yeah.
I mean, they're putting stuff out in between, but if they just don't do that, then it stays the same.
I think it'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Instead of us getting fatigue from Star Wars because of all the stuff that they're pumping out and whatnot, we'll be able to like kind of focus on.
Are we getting fatigued though?
If all the stuff
I might be a little bit.
If all the stuff they were pumping out was good,
Yeah.
it wouldn't bother me.
What, you don't like Star Wars oranges? They have the sticker that has Star Wars. Anyways, making a joke about all the shit that they're doing.
The merchandise, I mean, we've brought up this point.
That's the same face my mom gives me when she's disappointed with me.
I think everybody gives you that face at some point.
So, me and Dirk were talking, or Dirk and I were talking outside prior to the episode, and Dirk brought up merchandising as, like, whether or not that is something that's being affected by the rapid pace of Disney Star Wars movies. And I was under the impression that the merchandising is not affected. Like, there will always be people that will buy the merchandise.
That's true.
There are always collectors that will buy the toys, even if they don't like a particular movie, like Han Solo, which wasn't very popular. I mean, it did, and monetarily wise, it's actually the least profitable one out of all of the Star Wars movies, I think.
I think so.
I think so.
But
I think that's a safe statistic to say.
I'm not quoting any numbers. I'm just saying that I think that Han Solo is the least profitable out of all of the Star Wars movies that have ever come out, and yet there are people that will still buy the merchandise for that, simply for the collector's value.
Well, most of the profit to Star Wars is the merchandise itself.
Yeah, so I don't think the merchandise is going to take any kind of hits, regardless. But they're, like, movie-wise, as Dirk said, if the movies were, like, good, if every movie was good, we wouldn't have an issue with the overall pace, I guess, that Disney has set.
I would love for the movies to be absolutely phenomenal, and then...
But, I mean...
When's the next one? Next year?
It's like the Harry Potter movies.
Well, I mean, with the pacing and all that stuff, it might not matter, because we looked at the prequels, and they had to be at least like 2 or 3 years between each other.
That sounds
2
right.
years was between Attack of the Clones and Revenge, and 3 years between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones.
Really?
Yeah.
There were 3 years between 1 and 2?
Yeah. Phantom Menace came out in 99, 2002. Attack of the Clones came out in 2002.
Well, they needed time to fix all the CG issues.
There you go. They needed to learn how to actually do CG.
Yeah, and Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005, so it's...
Huh.
So pacing might not be really the problem.
Well,
at that point, they had George Lucas was just the only one who was the creative head. So there are other problems with that, but pacing...
Well, I mean, what's the... Do you know off the top of your heads the timing between episodes 4, 5, and 6?
It was a couple years. 77, 79, and 80.
No,
it might have been 82.
It was 80 and then 82, I think it was.
Okay.
I don't think
No,
it's
we'll
actually...
check it.
I don't think Empire Strikes Back came out in 79. I think it was 80.
We'll check it.
Yeah.
But it was at least 2 years.
Yeah, it was still a couple of years between.
Yeah.
Alright, so, maybe one every year is... I don't know, it still doesn't seem like part of the problem.
No,
well,
pacing of the movies, no.
Maybe creating a movie. Like, I think the main problem that Disney is having is the fact that almost every movie that's come out since Disney has decided to put out Disney movies, they've canned the director, hired
Disney
a new
movies
director,
Wait, Disney movies in general or just the Star Wars?
Disney Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ever since Disney started putting out Star Wars movies.
Other than Force Awakens, because JJ had complete control. Well, he wasn't. He was the director the entire way through.
Yeah, episode 7's the only one where they hired a director and they kept that director. Yeah, and they kept that director throughout the whole process.
Rogue One was, but they reshot a lot of things.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they reshot a lot of things.
And what was the reasoning for that?
It was too dark.
It was too dark, and I want that movie. I want
Thank
it dark.
you, Disney. You have dark shit. You've always had dark shit.
Come to the dark side, bitches.
Technically, they own the dark side.
Well, their dark side's not dark enough for me, apparently.
No, it isn't.
The black hole was pretty dark.
Yeah, but they haven't made anything that dark.
No, they haven't. Ever.
Since then. And that's kind of like a shame for Disney, honestly.
Because the black hole was really well done for its time.
For its time, yes. I mean, it's pretty cheesy if you watch it now. Just watch it.
I do watch it now. It's nice. I like it. I find it amusing.
Really?
Yeah, Maximilian is one of the coolest characters.
It's crazy fucking shit in that movie. Anyway. But no, I think part of the problem with Disney is the fact that they keep canning directors. Episode 7 was they had JJ, they stuck with JJ, but then they did reshoots for Rogue One, which was right after 7.
Yeah.
And then 8, they had a director.
No, they had Rian Johnson, I think.
I thought originally it was supposed to be JJ, and then JJ had to go do a different thing, and then that's when they got Ryan.
No, it wasn't. He was supposed to. JJ only wanted to do 7.
I could have swore there was supposed to be another director for 8 prior to Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson came in. I don't want to say during the shooting, but in pre-production, before they started doing pre-production, they had a different director slotted, and then he had to drop out, and then they got Rian Johnson to do it.
I'm not entirely sure, because I know they started shooting The Last Jedi during they were shooting Force Awakens, because the time that they were using Skeleton Island, they shot all the stuff for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Han Solo is the biggest shitstorm that they've had, where it was the two directors that co-direct, the two directors that directed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, with that's what makes me question how much Kennedy is involved with this shit.
Do you think she was the one that okayed them?
I'm wondering, did she have her fingers in that, and that's why they went through so many different directors? Or did she have her fingers in it enough that the directors said, go fuck yourself, I'm not doing this anymore?
They didn't like the direction that
was
going to. Sorry.
Did somebody above her say, this isn't working, you don't know your shit, so let's get somebody in there who does?
Maybe that's why Iger, Bob Iger, took responsibility himself, because he was the one that probably was I don't like the direction that the Han Solo movie's going with these directors. Maybe Kennedy was okay with them and the direction they were going, but Iger's no.
It was... what the rumors were is that it was going to be a slapstick. It was more slapsticky and very improv-y for the original, for the Han Solo.
Yeah, it was supposed to be more like comedy.
Yeah, well, that's how it was going to be, which would have been not good at all, really.
To be fair, I mean, the Han Solo we got was... Everyone's it was alright. It's not amazing.
It's a forgettable movie, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I was reading the description of some scenes, and I'm I don't remember seeing that at all.
Yeah, I really don't remember anything from that movie.
I do.
I remember the battle scene, because that was one of my favorite parts of the whole movie.
They had an extended version of it.
I know, when I saw it, it was great.
Are you going to pick it up?
Yeah, one of these days, yeah.
What? You?
No.
I'm not rushing to...
Disney charges too much. I'm not buying any more of their movies.
Alright.
I'm not rushing down to Walmart to go get it. But I'll get it. I'm one of those people that it's a Star Wars movie, so I have to have it in my collection.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so...
But
yeah, so I mean, it's interesting, and I'm hoping that JJ does good for episode 9.
I think he will.
Well, originally they had someone else slated for 9 as well.
Yeah, it was, I don't know his name. Director of Jurassic World.
Yeah, and then he dropped out, and now it's JJ.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yet again, there's another instance of, a director dropping out and another one coming in.
Why did he drop out? Did he drop out, or was he dropped out?
From what I get, from the impression I get, I think he wanted to go do Lost World, the newest Jurassic Park.
He didn't direct that, he just executive produced that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was some horror dude who directed Jurassic World.
Oh.
Fall Kingdom.
Del Toro. Rob Zombie.
No, but he is
That would
currently...
be awesome.
Rob Zombie is making a new movie.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is.
That'd be cool. Is it episode 9?
No.
Damn it.
It's the Death Trooper.
Yeah,
Zombies
the zombie trooper.
That would actually be pretty cool. But, yeah, no, I don't think they... I don't think they're gonna make anything like that.
Not for a while.
I don't know. The Walking Dead is popular.
I rewatched.
So why
all
not
that.
Why not follow that type of thing?
And they can go even more crazy because it's more sci-fi, so you can have it more like Resident Evil zombies that mutate slowly.
But the thing is they...
Leper troopers.
Disney...
Their arms just fall off.
Disney isn't following any of the books.
Yeah,
They're doing their own thing.
Which is why I'm
They don't have to do...
questioning this.
They can have an entire planet. They made an entire planet as a space station. Why not have an entire planet that's a zombie? And it's a no-fly zone, but a smuggler crash lands on there, have Boba Fett, and it's like, oh shit, this planet's controlled by zombies. He has to fight his way off.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's controlled by zombies.
But, okay, it's run by zombies.
So even though they're definitely slowing down the pace at which they're releasing movies, they still haven't canceled anything as far as we know.
No.
That's what I understand.
There's rumors that Jon Favreau's TV series starts filming next week.
Wow.
Do we know what the title of that thing is yet?
Or what it's even about? It is live action.
It is live action.
But it's going to be similar to how the Netflix series are, but it's not on Netflix. It's going to be on Disney.
On Disney's streaming service that they haven't announced yet.
Yeah.
I'll never watch it.
I think they're waiting to announce it until their deal with Netflix ends so that they can pull everything off and put it on here and be like, hey!
They won't be able to pull off Jessica Jones or anything because that's also produced by Netflix, so they'll have to keep it.
Yeah.
But,
well, same with Daredevil,
Jessica Jones,
I
Luke Cage.
believe Netflix's contract is up the end of next year.
2019?
Yeah, somewhere towards the end of next year.
Makes sense. Because they just renewed it in 2015, but they didn't get Force Awakens, but they got all the other Star Wars movies afterwards. Until the contract runs out.
Although, Marvel seems to be doing much better than Lucas.
You can do a lot more different.
Well, no, I'm just saying, the way Marvel is doing their stuff seems to work better for Marvel. Disney seems to be okay. They don't fuck with Marvel. Marvel does their thing.
Because they know what the fuck they're doing.
And that. But,
they tried doing it with Star Wars.
But it seems like Bob Iger, who took responsibility for everything that's coming out in Lucas films now, is I take direct responsibility for that. It's why? I mean, you guys don't fuck with Marvel. Why are you fucking with Star Wars?
Yeah. Has he come out and stated that?
Yeah.
At least
he takes responsibility.
He stated it publicly.
He said that he takes responsibility. Not with that he fucks with Lucasfilm. But, I mean, I would probably fuck with Lucasfilm. I mean, if I was Bob Iger...
It depends on how big
in his position, hell yes.
Yeah. It depends on how big of a Star Wars fan he is, because honestly, if he just doesn't give a shit about Star Wars
fan or not,
that's a money
running a business.
Yeah.
Well, it's true, but he doesn't seem to fuck with Marvel.
Of the business is in decline, which it does appear to be
Not quite.
Shit that I've seen.
No, Episode 7 and Episode 8 both made an astounding amount of money.
Yeah, they're in the billions.
Rogue One also made an astounding amount of money.
Not in billions, but expensive.
The only one that actually hasn't done exceedingly well is Han Solo.
I'm pretty sure they made their money back at
They
least.
definitely made their money back on that.
It's
at least.
What it looks like to me is he's just doing damage control right now.
Well, that's
all it is.
generally what it is. That's generally what they do when they're like, oh my god. But, I mean...
Keep Kennedy in the background. Go ahead and say, yeah, she's going to be on for a few more years. But keep her in the background and keep her out of the spotlight for a little while. Let things settle down.
Well, she'll be there at Celebration.
That's not for a while yet. And people tend to have short-term memories. Until they're directly presented with it, and then
they'll dig like fucking 50 years into your hit past to see what the fuck you did wrong.
Yeah, and then try to ruin your life for that. Stupid shit. But yeah, no, I still hate Kennedy, by the way. Just
hashtag lump for Kennedy.
Yeah. I'm not changing my opinion of her at all until she gets on with me. Us.
We don't know exactly how much influence Kathleen Kennedy actually has over the franchise as a whole, so we can't actually dictate. The only reason we're holding her responsible for a lot of the shit that's going on with the Star Wars franchise is because she is in charge of Lucasfilms. Like, she is the head person. Right. Just like Bob Iger is the head person of Disney. We don't really hold Bob Iger responsible for what's going on in Lucasfilms because...
We're going to now, since he has stated that he's going to he's taking responsibility, so he will take responsibility. So if anything fucks up, it's going to be his fault now.
Yeah, but that still seems...
See how it gets transferred?
Yeah, but that just seems more like a smokescreen. It seems like him doing damage control to protect Kathleen Kennedy. Which seems really unnecessary. Like, if the woman is not doing a good job, don't protect her just because she's a woman.
Which is why I wonder...
Get a different woman to do the job. I don't care.
Why is she keeping her position? What has she done? Who has she blown to keep her position?
What blackmail does she have on someone?
There's that.
What leverage does she have?
What has she done? Which is why I'm starting to question how much does she actually have her fingers in the shit that's happening.
Got me, man.
Because if I were in Iger's position, she'd be gone.
Yeah?
Based on what we've seen on social media, which I hate.
Well, I mean,
in the news and all that, everything seems to point to Kennedy causing all these issues.
The easiest example in this situation would simply be that look at the situation involving Elon Musk right now.
Oh, yeah, that's dumb too.
Well, Elon Musk put out some, like, his tweets have been relatively crass.
Yeah.
For quite some time, but finally,
I'm all for that, by the way.
But apparently, they finally got sick and tired or whatever, so he's getting sued. He has to pay a fine of like $20 million, and they're actually forcing him to step down as the chairman of Tesla.
He made a comment which misled investors, which was a major fuck-up.
Yeah.
Then tried to go back on it, and nobody would let him. Which, you fuck up, and then you do a second fuck-up on top of that to cover the first fuck-up, which makes a major fuck-up. And then things just got out of hand.
They just steamrolled from there.
Yeah.
But
so he may end up losing the company to...
Well, he's not going. He's definitely not. He's definitely not the chairman anymore. He's being forced to step down from as the chairman of Tesla, and he's being forced to pay $20 million. Now, I mean, he's still in charge of like SpaceX and all the other companies that he's developing and developed.
We'll see how that
sits for a while. Yeah. But Tesla is definitely not going to be part of. But the point that I'm trying to make is he made some very poor social media decisions.
Yes.
That went public, and this is the recourse of what's happening. The person that founded Tesla, Elon Musk, is now being forced to step down as the chairman of Tesla because of those comments. Why is Kathleen Kennedy, who has been the chairperson, or who's been the head of Lucasfilms,
and made her own shitty comments,
and also been responsible for what can only be described as some of the most rough Star Wars movies that have ever been made, why is she not being forced to step down? Like, why is she not getting replaced? What? Like, I'm nothing against her as a person. I have nothing against her because she's a woman or anything like that. I mean, hell, just hire another woman. I don't care. Hire a gay dude. I don't give a shit. Well, all I care about is holding the person that...
I'm trying to picture someone like RuPaul running Star Wars.
Well, I don't even think RuPaul even likes Star Wars.
Oh, well, probably not. Probably not. But that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Drag queen Star Wars.
The Force is gay.
Equal rights to the female robots, you know.
Yeah. But the thing is I don't care who's running it. I'm holding them responsible for the course that Lucasfilms has taken because they're supposed to be in charge of that. Like, that's why they're at the top of the ladder. And it seems weird that someone like Bob Iger, like, when they've made not good Marvel franchise, like Iron Fist, when Iron Fist didn't do good for Marvel, because there's a Netflix. It came out.
Oh, I haven't seen it. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not very good, but
I liked it.
It got criticized heavily and was not that great. Like, out of all three of or four technically, out of the four kind of Netflix Marvel shows that have existed, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist.
I think Jessica Jones is the only one that I've watched.
It's good.
It's okay.
Jessica Jones wasn't bad. Daredevil was good. Luke Cage was alright. I mean, it had really good music. I really liked the music in that one. But Iron Fist was the least
impressive.
The least impressive out of the four. And it definitely showed. I mean, it was weird, and it got a lot of criticism for it and everything like that.
It was just weird, man.
Well, it wasn't.
It goes a little.
All the other ones showed how those people became who they were. Iron Fist seemed too tethered to, like, yeah, it's a white guy that knows martial arts. Like, it seems too focused on that. And it's like, it seems unnecessary. But even with the creation of Iron Fist and Marvel going like, oh yeah, well, sorry. Like, Bob Iger didn't come down from, like, Disney and be like, oh yeah, I'm taking responsibility for what Marvel did. Or any of the
Bob Iger, in his position, he would come down from on high.
Exactly. He didn't come down from, like, the Disney High Council.
No kidding.
In the top of the castle and everything.
Yeah, in the top of the castle. Like, Bob Iger didn't step down from his golden gilded throne of the Disney High Council to be like, yeah, sorry, Marvel made some bad stuff. No, it was like the head of Marvel was like, yeah, sorry.
Well,
we'll do better.
The one thing that I found out is that the Netflix series and the TV series of Marvel is actually headed by a different person than Feige. Or not, yeah, Feige.
Yeah, but it's still under the umbrella of the Marvel Corporation that's owned by Disney.
He doesn't play with all that because he doesn't like it.
I know, he wants the movies, I get that. But the thing is, it's still under his purview. Like, it still falls under the Marvel franchise, which is owned by the umbrella company of Disney.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Disney owns all of Marvel now, don't they? Because
they did. They have.
Yeah.
They never didn't.
They didn't have X-Men or anything.
Well, now Disney is owning Fox.
Yeah.
Well, Fox, 21st Century Fox, the movie corporation, because they're not getting the news corporation. That was part of the deal.
Yeah.
So sports and news are still going to be Fox, like Fox's own thing.
They also own a large percentage of CBS.
Oh, Disney? Yeah, they're
and they own more than half of Hulu now.
They got their fingers in a lot.
They're like Skynet for the media. They own a lot of what you see.
You can definitely see a trend among everything that they have their fingers in. They tend to lean a particular direction.
Yeah, to the left.
I don't like using those terms. It's true, I don't.
Two hops this
time. But it's true.
Not gonna confirm nor deny.
Any allegations against Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck Disney. Fuck Disney.
No, there's a lot of things.
Defect.
There's a lot of things that Disney's put out that they still put out that's good. Like, Disney does. I'm interested to see what Toy Story 4 is all about.
I'm not.
Fine.
I saw Toy Story. Leave it alone.
No, 2 and 3 were good.
2 and 3 were good. Apparently Ford made, what was the Tim Allen cry? Like, he couldn't finish the last scene.
Well, he could. He did eventually, but it was very emotional.
Yeah.
But, needless to say, Bob Iger stepping down and taking responsibility for any of the fuck-ups that Marvel has done, I don't ever see that. But for some reason, he felt inclined to do that for Lucasfilm.
So what's the reason?
That doesn't seem...
Because they might be paying attention to social media now. Because they realize that the Star Wars fan base is so split right now.
But ultimately, it comes down to, why does Kathleen Kennedy have like this pass? Is what it seems like. Why does she get a pass? Is it because she's a woman? Is it because she worked with George Lucas and they're afraid if they fire her? Because she worked under George Lucas when it wasn't owned by Disney. Yep. She pretty much was elevated when Disney bought Lucasfilms.
Yep, and I didn't know she had anything to do with it beforehand.
Yeah,
I thought she was somebody new.
Oh, yeah, she worked with Star Wars, she worked with Indiana Jones, she worked with Lucasfilm. She was on that side, mainly.
Yeah. And then she pretty much was elevated to a leadership position, or the leadership position, after the Disney acquisition. And so maybe Disney is afraid to fire Kathleen Kennedy, or at least
again, the question
let her go.
Why?
Well, no.
Why would they be afraid to?
Because, well, I'm hypothesizing. One of the reasons they could be afraid of letting her go is simply because of the fact that she's been with that company so long. They feel like she knows what Star Wars is.
Well, and based on what I've seen, she really doesn't. That's assuming she has actual level of control over what's being done.
Well, see, it seems like Marvel has their shit more together than Lucasfilms, because I think that's like looking at it and thinking about it now. Marvel, you notice, doesn't like when they say they're going to come out with something, they don't like, okay, well, it's coming at like this director for this movie. Oh wait, never mind, that one's gone. Now we got a different one. Oh, and now we're going to come out. No, and we're doing this and doing the shuffle like Disney.
They had one. And that was Edgar Wright with Ant-Man. Edgar Wright was supposed to be directing it.
And he did. He directed about half the movie, and then they canned him and brought in someone else because he didn't like the fact that he didn't want any of the tie-ins to the overall Marvel universe with Ant-Man.
Well, he didn't want to be... He was constructed at that point. Because
I can understand that. It's the first Ant-Man.
He wanted to make his own movie instead of having all the threads in there. He wanted to make his own movie.
I have no problem with that. I would agree with that.
And you can still see some of the stuff that he didn't want.
But they canned him because he didn't want to put in the tie-ins.
Iron Man.
So they got someone else to put in the tie-ins.
Iron Man was about Iron Man.
Yeah, they still put the tie-ins, though.
Like what?
Iron Man
Hulk.
2?
Iron Man, the first one. Okay. Iron Man. I didn't say Iron Man 2. I said Iron Man.
They had the stuff from Hulk.
In Iron Man.
Yeah, because Hulk came out before Iron Man. The one that the one with Edward Norton?
No, that was after Iron Man 2.
That was after Iron Man 2? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Iron Man.
First one.
There wasn't anything.
Yeah, that was a download. Yeah.
They had Nick Fury at the end of that one.
Oh, and he talked about...
That's true, yes, Nick Fury, and he is involved with the others, but he was the only character that was
Well, he was the character they used to tie in all the other ones, but because that was the first time he had shown up.
Yeah. Right.
Was at the end of Iron Man.
So Iron Man was
the
by
beginning.
Itself.
Yeah.
So
it was the beginning,
I have no issue with Ant-Man being by itself. You don't need any of the other characters in there.
Yeah.
No.
You're talking about Ant-Man, so I get where the director's coming from.
But they canned him because he didn't want to do that, so then they got someone else who did, and
still turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I liked it.
But Marvel seems to have their shit more together with the fact that they don't really do that a lot. Like, there are certain instances, of course, but it doesn't seem to be as frequent. It's not like every fucking movie, like it seems to be with Lucasfilm.
Yes.
Like, every movie that Lucasfilm has come out with after 7.
You're talking just Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Because Lucasfilm has done a shitload of other things that are not Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah.
What else?
All the Indiana Jones stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they haven't done any of that
And
since 7.
we're getting Indiana Jones 5 2020, I think.
Yeah, but they haven't done any... Lucasfilm hasn't put out anything other than a Star Wars film since 7.
Okay.
And if you notice, after 7, every movie has had, like, directors drop off, reshoots, all sorts of crazy shit going on. It's, like, they don't seem to have their shit together. And I think primarily the reason why Disney doesn't fuck with Marvel is because they have their shit together.
Now, do you think it's also could be that we're watching it more closely than Marvel because we trust Marvel more?
Marvel's just as under the spotlight. I mean, every time Marvel comes out with a new movie, it is the box office hit. Like, Black Panther, like, Infinity War. Yeah, Infinity War. The new Ant-Man and the Wasp movie that's coming out. Like, people have been looking forward... Oh, yeah, it did already come out.
It was a good movie.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
Neither. I want to.
The Spider-Man movies.
Homecoming.
Yeah, it's like every single one of these movies, like when they're announced, people are just like watching it. They watch the trailers like 20 times. It's almost as like that Marvel universe almost has as rabid a fan base as Star Wars.
Yeah, but they're stronger because they're not tearing each other apart. Where Star Wars is really.
Well, we don't hear about it
for the most part.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Marvel seems to have their shit together because of the fact that they simply just... They don't swap directors halfway through filming. Or
they have a better infrastructure.
It seems... Yeah, and you notice they're coming out with more productions, like, overall. Every year, Marvel has come out with a movie. Yeah. Consistently. 1 or 2, at least, actually.
We got 3 this year.
Yeah.
Really?
And on top of that, and then there's TV shows as well.
Yeah.
Like, Marvel is structured. They know what they're doing, they put it out, and they consistently show that it's quality. Like, Lucasfilm, I don't think they know how to do that because they never had to do that before.
Are the Marvel movies coming out under the Disney umbrella?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the
not with, like, the castle or anything.
No, they don't have the Disney logo or anything.
Okay, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
No, they're Marvel logo.
What studio are they using for their...
The Disney ones.
They are using the Disney.
Yeah.
Well, it's technically Marvel Studio.
Well, the Marvel has the studio because when Disney bought them, that's what they got.
Yeah, so it's Marvel Studios. Is that what?
But it's all owned by Disney.
Yeah. What I mean is that, like, the Star Wars movies, I think they
shoot on location too.
The Disney, yeah.
I mean, Marvel does the same thing.
So who's in charge of the
Marvel universe?
Setting up the production?
No. Marvel handles all their stuff, just like Lucasfilm does. Lucasfilm doesn't have to, like...
But they're not doing it by themselves. Lucasfilm is pulling from other areas as well.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think Lucasfilm actually... Because if you look at the track record prior to Episode 7, they don't have the consistency.
And I don't think
it takes like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. They're also not as large as Marvel. Because Marvel's grown so big and everything like that, they have multiple people that can do that. Lucasfilm, they're smaller than Marvel, to be honest.
Well, that's the thing that I'm trying to...
Have you watched the credits, though?
There's a lot of people. Well, Industrial Lights and Magic. Yeah. Industrial Lights and Magic
does both Marvel and Star Wars, though.
Well, no, Industrial Lights and Magic does more than that because their special effects.
Yeah,
sweet.
Wow. Nope, we gotta stop.
We're done. Son of a bitch.
Well, there you go. We pretty much hit it from as many angles as we could on that topic.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Leave a comment behind as to what you think might be going on with that, whether or not you agree, disagree, any of that. Be sure to leave a comment.
Share this shit.
Share, like.
Hashtag thumbs down.
Hashtag thumbs down. Sure. Hashtag Lynn for Kennedy.
Yeah, for at least 3 more years.
Totally.
Or until the bitch gets back to me.
That'll never happen. Unless she does like a lawsuit against us, which
again,
I can totally
see. Good publicity for us.
That would be awesome.
That would actually. The news. Kathleen Kennedy just filed a lawsuit against this random podcast group called the BlueMilk Podcast.
And then
never heard of them. And now all of a sudden we have like a million episodes, a million hits.
That episode would be we're getting sued.
No, it's the one email I'm dreading. is after we get that and it gets out in the news, Santos says, "Stop promoting my stuff."
Same thing with Hinshaw, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, Hinshaw. Right on.
Yeah, he's not too thrilled with Kathleen. By the way, also check out our fellow podcast groups, the Real Film Nerds and Mile High Show.
No, close. Real Film Nerds and the Mile High Show.
Yeah, there you go. He's got to be more precise.
Gotta, because Hinshaw doesn't have the in the.
Well, he does in his logo. It says the.
No, it says Real Film Nerds.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Mile High Show says the Mile High Show.
Well, yeah, that's true, too. Anywho, be sure to leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Make sure to click the little bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube to get any notifications. We put out new content.
Every Monday.
And maybe more often?
On Facebook, at least.
Yeah. Facebook, we
Pay attention to Facebook.
Facebook, we try to put out content more frequently, like little commercials
Follow
and
us on Facebook.
Facebook.
Follow us on Facebook.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Show your support, bitches.
Yeah.
I mean that in the nicest possible way.
Toodles.
Come to the dark side.